positive because I think my last video was like very negative. I don't know, I was just like in a bad mood during that video, and I think I was having a little bit of the Sunday scaries and just wasn't looking forward to starting like a whole nother week of all the stuff that I have to do. And so I think that was getting to me, and things with like my health were bothering me, and that really can throw you off and just make you more irritable and just upset by little things. But just to make some balance on my channel and to show that I'm just not always upset and bothered by every little thing in my life, I want to talk about some good things that are going on. And of course I'll probably still complain even with talking about the good things, but I just wanted to try to have some balance. So anyway, so some good things that are going on in my life, some things that I've been liking. Like, I've been really liking the Corinne Hawthorne album. It actually came out last year. It's called On God. I just discovered it and I really like it. I've been listening to it all the time. It's probably gonna be like the soundtrack of this portion of my life, and every time I listen to or hear these songs again, it's gonna bring me back to this time in my life. Because that happens to me, I'm sure it happens to other people, but like Baby Boy, whenever I hear Baby Boy, it takes me right back to when I was in high school and I heard Baby Boy for the first time, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? You know, like, or what's another song? Or like if I hear Let It Go by Keisha Cole, I'm right back. I think I was in college at the time, and I love that song. If I hear Promise by Sierra, I'm in college again. If I hear When I See You by Fantasia, I'm in college again. If I hear Get It Shawty by Lloyd, I'm in college again. So I guess it's a lot of songs back when I was in college that I really liked. But yeah, so because we used to have, I didn't go out a lot in college, but we did. I've seen videos of people talking about millennials, how we used to have fun and we dressed in business casual and we go to the club or whatever. But we did used to have fun. I didn't go out a lot, and when I went to the parties, not a lot of the guys wanted to dance with me. I would go out with my friends. They'd be dancing all night, sweating and having a ball, and I would be sitting there with, you know, holding the purses. But once in a blue moon, I might get to dance too. And we was doing some crazy stuff back then, but it was fun. Like the music, I used to love dancing to like the crunk, Atlanta, down south music. That was my favorite. Like the Lil Jon, that was like the era. The Lil Jon. Oh, I used to love, you know, the 369. She fine, hey, let me so I can see you one more time, get low. That was Ludacris. I was just listening to Mood, Get Out the Way, like when I was driving just now, and it took me back to when I think I was in college when that came out. But yeah, like imagine being for the young people, imagine those songs playing and you're in the club. Or like, man, when Soulja Boy came out, and we would all be in there doing that song, doing that dance, boy. But yeah, we used to have a good time. And I was just thinking to myself, man, I just want to go out and go dancing. Like, I miss that. It used to be so fun to just be out, just listening to music and just having a good time. Even though I wasn't dancing with nobody, it was still. But then again, I'll say people glamorize it like, oh, going to the club, it was so much fun, so much fun. Maybe for other people, but also for me, it also was kind of rough because not being the one that a lot of the guys chose, it would always make me feel like, dang, nobody likes me. And then at the end of the night, I would just feel like, because I could feel the guys like avoiding me or running away from me. I would walk to one section where there would be people, and I would look around, all the dudes gone. They would go to the other side. I'm like, dang, they are really running away from me. I'm like, dang, am I that bad? Like, anyway, but then you see them falling all over themselves for like other girls, and it's like, what? whatever. So anyway, but so yeah, going out was always like mixed emotions for me, I would say. Or if I went out with a group of people, they would always like abandon me and I'd be by myself. Always like they didn't want to be seen with me or something. Like anyway, so yeah, that's a whole tangent, but yeah, I do love music. I love dancing. I kind of wish I had been a dancer. I was in dance classes and tumbling when I was a kid, but I was taken out of them when I was like 6 or 7. I was in like jazz, I was in tap classes. I love dance classes and I love dancing, and I feel like that's probably what I should have been. If I had stayed in dance classes since I was like 5 or 6, if I had continued in them, I probably would have continued like dancing. I don't know how competitive it is to become like a dancer professionally. I'm sure it is pretty competitive and not a lot of people do it, but I feel like at least I would have been in classes, or you know, and had it would have helped me. I would have looked better because I would have been a dancer, you know, and more active. It would have been healthy for me, but whatever, you know, it's always the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I remember I was in a dance class when I was in college. It was like a gym class, but it was a dance class, and I got a gym credit for it. And it was this instructor. She was one of the best dancers I've ever seen in my life, like in person. And this is when Single Ladies was out. And we did a dance to Single Ladies, like not the dance in the video. She created a whole new dance that she taught to us. And I remember being in my dorm room, like practicing this dance that she taught us, the Single Ladies, like over and over, just practicing. So that when I got there, I would be able to keep up, because that was one thing though I would say, it was hard for me to like learn the dance steps and like be fluid with it. So I would have to practice it a lot. And I was like praying my roommate wasn't gonna walk in on me, but I would just turn the song on and practice. And then when I got to the class, so that when I got to the class, I would be able to do it easily. And I remember one day we went through like the whole routine, and at the end of the class, I was like I ended up talking to the teacher, and she was like, I saw you over there. She was like, you was doing good. And I was like, really? Me? You saw me? And so, yeah. So that makes me think like dancing is something that it didn't come naturally to me. And a lot of people probably look at me and be like, you don't look like a dancer, but it was something that I put that extra effort into. Because I doubt other people were at home practicing the routine, you know what I mean? Maybe, but I just did it for fun because I enjoyed it. And so I feel like that's something that I would have done. Like if I would have kept doing it, I would have actually enjoyed doing it. But whatever, so I should probably get into some dance classes. I just like movement. I love tennis, I love dancing. And yeah, as you get older, you just kind of like look back over your life and realize like what are the things that you actually like doing and gravitate towards, and I feel like dancing is one of those things. But anyway, so speaking of tennis, I won a tennis league. That's a good thing that's been going on in my life. I was in a 3.0 tennis league. Now, yes, most of the people in the league were at least 15 to 20 plus years older than me, but that really doesn't matter, because if you watch one of my old videos, I told you there was a 66-year-old woman who whooped the mess out of me. Like, but the funny thing is, she was a replacement for somebody else. And the other people in the league that had played her as well, they were complaining about this lady, saying that she's really not 3.0. They were saying she's 4.0, that she shouldn't be in our league because she's just too good. Like her level's too high to be used as a replacement. And they were saying that people were using her because they wanted to get the points. If they were gone, of course you want to use somebody that's gonna win so that you can get points in the league, because that's how the league worked. Like for every match that you won, you got points, and then whoever had the most points at the end was like at the top of the league. And then there was like a tournament that we did at the end of the league, like a knockout tournament, like a typical tennis tournament where you're like one and done, like you play. And I was the number one seed, so I got a bye for the first round. Then I played the second round, and then I played the third round, which was like the championship, and I won the whole thing. All I got was like a little towel that said, "Congratulations, you're the champion of this league," or whatever. But you know, that's something good that happened in my life. You know, that was good. I could tell the women in the league did not enjoy playing me. I said this in my other video as well. Tennis is weird because you're just by yourself. There's not a lot of camaraderie, and everybody is your opponent pretty much. It's just you. You don't have like teammates where y'all feel this like love on your team. And I've experienced that because I used to play tennis. I used to play basketball, and I used to play volleyball. And there is a lot of camaraderie. It really does bring you together when you're playing basketball and you're not having a good day, and maybe you make a mistake, like your teammate picks up the slack for you. Or playing basketball, I think especially, because if you shoot a shot and you score for the whole team. So everybody's like cheering for you on the team. They're like, yes! You know, or if you get a rebound, or if you, you know, pass the ball to somebody that's wide open and then they hit a layup, you know, it's like everybody goes crazy. And it's just, you feel that rush from the support from your other teammates, you know. So I've experienced that, you know, where I wasn't good at basketball though. I was not good, but the rare occasions where I did something right, it felt really good, you know. So, but you don't get that in tennis as much. You don't get the cheers, except when you're practicing, and sometimes other people will cheer you on that you're playing with. Like if you hit a good shot, they'll be like, good shot, or the tennis coach or whatever, they'll be like, yes, good shot, good job, that was beautiful. You know, they'll encourage you. But I don't know, it's that feels good too. I will say that is where you do get some of that encouragement from tennis. So you do still get cheered on. Like if there is any kind of audience when you're playing, usually people will cheer for you, or even other players, they'll be like, good shot, or like I just said. So anyway, but yeah, that's good. I won that. My hair, this is a week-long press. I didn't think it was gonna last. I played tennis in this press and it was super hot and I was sweating. I played tennis a couple times since getting my hair and it lasted. I thought it was just gonna swell up and be a waste of money, but it actually, in the back, I can feel that it's kind of not straight in the back, but it's kind of covered up so you don't see it. But anyway, this is the last leg of this, but I just came from the eye doctor, the optometrist, because I've been feeling like my vision hasn't been that great, and she told me I might have dry eye issues, and that she can do this procedure where she like squeezes out the tear ducts or something. So, and she gave me some eye drops and told me to use like warm compress. So, and my eyes already feel better. She gave me these like special type of eye drops that are different than the ones in the store. Probably just to get me to buy it from her, but yeah, I don't know. It felt a little bit like a money grab because she told me about this procedure that she wants to do, and it's a lot of money. I'm not gonna say how much, but I was like, man. And I knew it was gonna be a lot of money because she was like, she had this whole talk around it. Whenever people start talking a lot and they have to like warm you up to what they're about to say in terms of the price, you know it's about to be a lot. So yeah, I might do that because my vision has been like very blurry and it's been bothering me, and I think upsetting being my homegirls. So I think I might try it. I hope it's not a waste of money and that she's just scamming me, but is it just me, or does it seem like everything is like so expensive nowadays? Because it feels like everybody is trying to be a millionaire off of whatever it is that they do, and they're just pushing their prices up to these astronomical rates because it just seems like everybody's trying to make as much money as they possibly can. And it just seems like stuff is just so ridiculously overpriced. Maybe I'll just leave it at that. I think this is long enough. I just went to the store. I'm trying not to complain, but I still don't feel great just about like how I'm treated and all that other stuff. And I saw this video of this compilation, I guess on TikTok. I don't have TikTok. I don't really like TikTok. I think I have enough social media. I don't need yet another platform to drain my energy and attention. But I sometimes watch these videos that people put together on YouTube, because I'm on YouTube. I be on YouTube, and it was talking about like being average, and the average girl is being attacked or whatever, and just different people's views on being average looking. And that some of the people were saying like women shouldn't feel bad if you're average, and that it is what it is, and that you should just be okay with that and not be upset about it, because there's only a few women that are actually like above average in terms of looks. And I remember one girl was talking about how a lot of women's value is placed in their looks, and that she feels people that get plastic surgery or whatever, they shouldn't be criticized so much, because there is so much pressure put on women to look a certain way. And so it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, you know? And I agree with that. I feel like with, you know what I find so interesting? Women, like you're constantly criticized. Like if you wear makeup, if you do your hair, or if you add enhancements to your hair, then you hate yourself because you're wearing makeup. If you straighten your hair, you hate the natural texture of your hair. But then if you wear your hair natural in an afro and you don't wear makeup, then people will also criticize you and say, well, you don't care about yourself. You don't put time into yourself to make yourself look better. So people have the right to disrespect you and not treat you nicely because you don't take care of yourself. So you're sending the message to other people that you're not worth their respect either. So if you put time into yourself, if you try to enhance your beauty, people criticize you. If you don't, people criticize you. And I feel like it is like an attack on like the average woman, because right, an above average woman, she doesn't really need to like do anything. She can just wake up and go, right? But if you're an average looking woman, even average, I don't even know what that means. Like, what does that even mean? Like, what's the criteria for average looking? Like, I even hate using that term. Like, I'm sitting here using it, but I just feel like that's so crazy. Like, to categorize women in and who's to say who's, you know what I mean? But anyway, I guess like based on your own opinion of a person, if you feel like a person isn't good looking, it's like you're gonna criticize them no matter what. Like if they try to look nicer, then you hate yourself. If they don't try to look nice, oh my gosh, you look so terrible. Do something to yourself. You don't care about yourself. So it's like for the women that I feel that I would say people feel aren't attractive or aren't as attractive, it's just different ways to figure out how to criticize them.